Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to an episode of NotAnalog.com. Today I'm looking at the BlackBerry Playbook. This is the 16 gig Wi-Fi only version. Now I'm doing just a personal product review on this one, so if you're in the market for a tablet, would you consider the BlackBerry Playbook? You may be shopping around, and that's probably why you're watching this video. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown on this 7-inch BlackBerry Playbook. Alright, so this is the BlackBerry Playbook. So you'll see it's a 7-inch design. It's got the camera on the front, it has on the back a camera on the back just here, nice little rubber finish here which is quite smooth. On the bottom you've got a mini HDMI port, you have a micro USB charger and used for data synchronizing as well, and you have a express charging port as well for if you want really fast charging. Alright, so this is the actual device. Now it runs QNX operating system, which for some is a little bit new, but I'm going to take you through a few of the features. Let's get started off with the browsing. Now I will say at the start I am connected to a Wi-Fi network, so in case you're wondering about how I'm doing this, it's not through a tethered BlackBerry. I do have my BlackBerry tethered to it, but I'm actually connected to a Wi-Fi as well for the internet. So quite simply, website's loaded up. It's just my website. There is some flash content on here, so let's just press play and we'll see that the video should start loading.
Thank you for tuning in to the episode of NotAnalog.com.
Simple.
Today I'm looking at the
Multitasking.
Digital.
You'll notice what I've just done. I've touched the bezel. The whole bezel is actually touch sensitive, so swiping up changes things, swiping down brings down options and things like that. I think that's really cool. Swiping from the side can actually change your menu as well, which is really cool. So that's quite important. So swapping back here, and that's still going.
Now this sort of thing would replace that and provide
pause that.
extreme clarity. Digital radio, if you haven't heard of.
Alright, swipe that back up. So I'm going to go back into the all settings still because I want to show you some more here. Jump into music. Now the music is quite simple, quite easy to navigate. I'm just going to hit some music. It's starting to play, really easy. Scroll up again and you can just see how I'm multitasking. I've got the two windows here, really simple. Go into pictures and let's go into one of these things. Start a slideshow for the pictures and you'll see that's moving along, that's playing, the website's still going and things like that. So the multitasking is really quite cool. And in saying that, you can just keep going and this really does not slow down. It's quite impressive. I do like the power of this device. Moving into other areas, the camera, very simple and straightforward. The app world, there really is not a lot to show in here. When I go in, it's still early days. There's not a great deal of applications, so there will be more, obviously. But and obviously, once they've paired with Android for their apps, that will be beneficial as well. But otherwise, a lot of the standard apps that you would be used to, but not a lot to show there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this music. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the pictures. Let's go into the videos, because the video is actually really impressive. The quality of the high-def video is amazing, and the power is really amazing too, that I can actually skip and there's no lag. So that's really impressive. And again, throw it straight up and you can keep going. I can still hear it playing. YouTube, the video chat, which is only playbook to playbook. Calculator, nothing unusual. Bing for maps. It's got Tetris games, Need for Speed Undercover, the weather. Need for Speed operates very well as well. Adobe Reader, your small office apps as well. The general Facebook, Twitter and things like that. When I go into Facebook though, here's what might interest you. It actually is not a bad version of the application. But let me just swap out, and when I go into Twitter, it's a little different. It opens in the browser. So there's not really a very good Twitter app available, and I don't really want to be doing it from within the browser, I'm sorry. So I think there's obviously a lot to go still from BlackBerry and developers and things like that. There's a lot of work to do. So what I'm going to do, I want to show you this bridge part, because this is sort of the part where BlackBerry kind of comes to its life. It's paired to my Torch. Now by doing that, it's through BlackBerry Bridge, and all of these icons come to life. So I can go into messages, and and I can start to get access to my email. Same thing for my contacts. The Bridge browser, which would use my BlackBerry data plan to do things or to browse the web. The calendar, my BBM, which is also on my phone. Your notes, your tasks, and Bridge Files, which is really cool. Bridge Files is accessing the files on my BlackBerry SD card. Now this is a little new. I think this is kind of impressive that you can actually open up documents, music, and things like that from your BlackBerry, which is very cool. So you don't have to keep the files on the device; you can keep them on your phone. So that's impressive, and I think this part is important. But when you're looking at it from a personal point of view, and you're looking for a tablet for yourself, the BlackBerry Bridge might not even come to life because you may not even own a BlackBerry. So otherwise, this is the device. Let's just real quickly see how long it takes to get into Need for Speed. See if it is enough time. If it's not, we will end it. The cool thing, I can still swipe up and multitask even with a game running. This device really does have a lot of power. I'm not probably giving it enough credit in that aspect. It's amazing how fast this is. And obviously Need for Speed Undercover is not a terrible game either. While that's loading, let's see if we can run as the camera. Give you guys an idea of what the app looks like. Simple, you can zoom in through this bar here, swap between photo and video, and swap between cameras here as well. Really, really simple. And look at that, I can even multitask that app. That's disgusting. Alright, ready to roll. Let's take a look. Let's see what this thing, how it handles it all. Might just turn it down a little bit. Alright, so we're going. It's going to be just steering using the gyro controls, obviously. And you'll see, here we go. The gameplay is really, really smooth. I'm probably not the best at this game, but you kind of get the idea how smooth it runs. And if I use the BlackBerry trick, sliding it up, you can see I'm actually running the game like this as well. I don't know when you would be using this type of feature, but I think it's just a way that they can show off that, yeah, you know what, I can I can do all these things at once. So I guess it does really emphasize how much power this device does have. G'day guys, you've had a look at the BlackBerry Playbook. What do you guys think? I'm interested in your thoughts. If it was me, I work for a company which uses BlackBerry, so having this device wasn't a hard decision. If you don't have a BlackBerry phone, would you ever consider the Playbook? My guess is no. If you were looking at something pure for personal reasons, to be creative and to do some things which people buy tablets for, would you buy the Playbook? Probably not. Two things really let it down. A, the number of apps. There's just nowhere near enough applications available in Apple yet, but give it time. And the other thing which lets it down is not having 3G access. Being dependent on Wi-Fi or being dependent on the fact that you own a BlackBerry smartphone really does tie it down and causes huge problems. I don't think it's going to penetrate the market anywhere near as much as Android does or as much as Apple does. Purely for that reason, but also the fact it's a little bit late. I think it's a little bit late in the game. I think they needed to be a little bit more open if they really wanted to penetrate the market. It's a little bit sad, but I think for personal users, people who want them for home and things like that, it's probably not your device. Not to say it's not a good device, it is, because you saw how good quality the screen was, how much power it's got and things like that. But I think I'd wait for Playbook 2 or something like that, because it just doesn't have everything that you would need in a tablet right now. So let me know what you think. You might have one for personal use and that's great and you're happy with it, but that's my thoughts. So let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.